An abuse survivor says heads need to roll if trust is to be restored in the Royal Commission of Inquiry into Abuse in Care. The minister responsible for the inquiry, Tracey Martin, is demanding answers after it emerged today that the partner and support person of one of the Commission's Survivor Advisory Group members is a convicted paedophile. And the man had been in meetings with survivors who were oblivious to his criminal record. Tyrone Marks is on the survivors panel for the Royal Commission of Inquiry. He says learning a paedophile was among them has destroyed all trust.
I've got a group of people here that have just been retraumatised again. So, yeah, it's very concerning.
What would you like to see happen?
I'd like to see heads roll because of this. To have a paedophile amongst us when we have what are we here for? Abuse, sexual abuse, and a number of other things. So, it's taken quite a few people back. The Commission are in, again, damage control. When
you say heads should roll, whose head?
I'm talking senior management. I'm talking in chief executive level.
Merv Singham?
Yeah, well, he's the actual chief executive. So, I think his head should roll. I think Paul Gibson should go as well.
When did you find out?
Well, put it this way, I got some intel around just under 2 weeks ago. But I can't tell you who that was from. But what I can tell you, it come from within the Commission.
And that intel, as you put it, was that explicit about the serious nature of the charges this person was convicted of? Were you told that this person was a child rapist?
We were told that he was a paedophile.
Do you have confidence at all in this inquiry now?
Not at the moment, no, not at all. There's been, too many things that have happened here, and and this is the icing on the cake as far as I'm concerned, and the others. Some of it. It's not. I can't speak for every single person on that panel, but rest assured, there's at least the ones that I have spoken to are of the same opinion. The survivors out there have lost confidence and trust that that their safety is going to be looked after, and what's just happened here is a clear indication that they've let others slip between the lines and have done nothing about it. Could have avoided it. As far as vetting goes, well, when you vet in any job, you should be doing that on the very beginning. You should be doing it, So maybe if they had done that, you see, the person that we're talking about isn't actually a member. So he's a support person for his wife, for his partner, and so he's not actually a panel member. But he's been in 3 of these meetings to date.
Okay, so Tyrone, there's conflicting information about that, so I want you to talk me through it. This person, were they in the room with the survivors group? What interactions were had with him? Well,
he has been in 3 of these meetings. The first is back in June, I think, when we had our first meeting, which was counselled in terms of some people couldn't make it from the South Island to the north, but he was sitting in that one.
So inside a room with survivors. He was in the room with survivors.
Inside the room with survivors, yep.
And then on the other occasions?
Back again in Wellington, the same thing. He was sitting in with his partner on that meeting as well. On the last one, which is August, he was also in that too, up until one of the members had told him that he can't be in there any longer. I'm not sure why.
What do you think of the fact that he was right there in those meetings? How do you feel about that?
I'm feeling quite bad, that he was allowed to be able to do this. And I feel I'm quite taken back for my other members because, we've got both female and male members there that have been sexually abused as children. And then now having someone like that amongst the other survivors, has caused, like I said, has gone even to re-traumatising people again. And lucky I'm a counsellor and social worker as well, so I've been able to sort of, to talk with them. That's what we're doing at the moment. But certainly the trust has gone out the door. And they're counselling this meeting. It was meant to be today and tomorrow, but they're counselling. They hasn't really told us why, but I expect it's because they're in damage control.
To restore your faith, do those people who you mentioned need to go?
I reckon, yep. But then what do you do? Who replaces them? That's the crossroads where we are too. Who do we replace them with?
And that's Tyrone Marks, who's on the Survivors Advisory Group.